I just built a tool that'll let you make complex layouts easier and faster than ever. But to do this, I had to create Figma-like functionality inside my Webflow site. If you've ever built layouts like this, it can be very tedious to manually position elements. That's where the new layout wizard in Modin can come in to help. We can click anywhere off to the side here and upload an image. In this case, I have this design from Dribble. We can use this as a reference for our layout. Now, the first thing we'll want to set is our bounding box. So I'll go ahead and position this. I'll drag over the width, and then we want to drag in the height next. And then from there, all of the children will be based off of that bounding box. So I can move a child over here and drag that in. And then if I hold my Option or Alt key first and then click and drag, it'll make a copy. So I can position that to the top corner like so, and then just drag that in and adjust the height. So this is based on aspect ratio, so it'll lock in that ratio for us like so. And let's say we want to have one down here at the bottom as well. So we'll bring in the width and then adjust the height. So far everything's been anchored to the top left. And that means it is, of course, based on the width of this parent. But if I were to push the height up and down, maybe we add more text, that image isn't necessarily moving. So we want to anchor it to the bottom of its parent, and that way it kind of just pushes it around like so. And I'll go ahead and just hold my Option Alt key to duplicate again. Let's increase this width. We'll bring this down and decrease the height some. And again, for this one, we'll do the same thing. So I'll anchor this to the corner and then bring this in like so and bring this up. Now for this next one here, what we'll want to do is position it somewhere around here, and notice how it's scaling towards the bottom. So what I might want it to do here is actually scale from the middle. So I'll set that right here. And what that means is that when this moves up and down, this image will actually be based off the middle of the bounding box. And of course we can offset it a little, but it'll be anchored towards the middle like so. And another thing we might want to do is, let's say that on larger screens, we decide to set a max width on this image, or on smaller screens, we decide to set a max width. What we might want to do is make sure that it's actually scaling from the right, and that way it maintains even spacing between these elements like so. And I'll go ahead and drag one over here. So we'll go ahead and just make a copy here. And let's set that right there. Let's anchor it towards we'll go top left like so, and bring that in. So this is our design here. We can always rotate these as well. So if I click on any corner and drag, and then if I hold the Shift key, it'll snap to 15-degree increments there. And if I double click, it'll reset any rotation and any transform. So in this case, it's anchored towards the right. I could have it anchored towards the top left and double click, and it'll go right there. And also if I hold my Shift key while dragging, it'll snap to whichever side it's anchored to, in this case, those top left. And of course I can double click to reset any transform. So if it's not anchored anywhere, it'll just be based off the center like so. And then I can click on any of these and hit the delete key to remove them. So now that we have our layout set here, let's go ahead and name it something like Hero Visual. So that's our class name. We'll copy that and we'll bring it over here, paste it in our Webflow project. So we have this all in here, and basically there's no colors or anything here because we can put just an image, video, text, anything we want in there. But by default, it's really nothing set here. So I'm just going to throw in some quick colors so we can see where everything's falling. So we have this element here. We have this one here as well. And this is the one that was kind of overlapping a little bit. So we'll take a look at how that's working. And then we also have this one up here at the top. So if we were to select this bounding box and we basically increase or decrease this, notice how everything's just scaling the way we want. So this one's based off the center. These are all anchored towards the bottom. These ones are anchored towards the top. So all that is good to go. If we were to take this entire component and we kind of just reduce its width some, we'll notice that everything is just going to shrink down, which is what we want to happen for mobile. mobile. And in cases where we had this behind some text, what I might want to do is create a div called something like hero title. And then I could have my heading and my paragraph and all of my content in there. And what I would want to do is put this component into that and maybe just make the component absolute to the entire title in this case, which I'll set to relative. And in this case, I don't really need this visual to have any aspect ratio anymore. I just want it to be 100% width and height of the available title. And it doesn't need this background color. So now everything's just kind of based off of the title that we had there. And so if I add more text, we'll notice that it's just kind of growing and pushing everything down the way we would want it to. So this is how we start to get that responsive layout. And for this case, it's actually based off of container queries, so container type. And that just allows us to have more reliable positioning. So all of these transforms set using EM, we can always adjust that later if we need to fine tune things. But it's based off the container width, because if we were to just use percent, it would be based off the size of the shape, which isn't always super reliable, especially if we decide to resize it later. The transforms wouldn't always line up where we want them to. Or if we were to adjust things from here, it's based off of the height of this element here, which isn't quite what we want either, because when we add more text, the positioning would be off. So really using the container type inline size here and having all these shapes based off the width of the container gives it the most consistency. So everything that's in the bounding box is in the safe zone. So here we might be okay with, maybe we're okay with the image getting a little bit cropped off on mobile. So this part of the image is overflowing and could potentially go outside of our container. And then we have that kind of position there. For an image like this, we might want it to be a bit of a larger bounding box, something more like that. And then we can kind of size this accordingly. So I'll make sure that it's anchored to the center and that we bring kind of the width in here, which we'll do like so. And then we can kind of position this where we want it to be. And from here, I might make a copy and make it a little larger and then double click to move it back to the center. And then again, kind of just make a copy, make it larger, double click to move it to the center, and that looks good there. And then for all the other little shapes, I might kind of just bring this in here. And for this, I might decide to anchor it to the top left again, just to make it a little bit easier to size. And this is good for setting that initial size. You can always uncheck those anchors after if needed. And then I'll go ahead and make another copy of this one here. So we'll add that over here, and then we'll just kind of rotate this over there. And then let's do one more. We'll move this one over here, and that looks pretty good there. So once we have all these sized and positioned, I can call this something like rings. I'll go ahead and copy, and I'll paste it into here. So we have all of our ring elements here, and that's looking good. We can always turn on the X-ray mode to see all of them here if we need. And from here, I'll go ahead and add maybe like a text element in this middle one. So I'll flex that to center, add a text block, and I'll call this 20K plus. And we can go ahead and set the font size on it. So the parent here has it's based off the width of the element, its font size. So we can take this child and we can kind of just size its font size using M if we want, and then it'll scale with the entire graphic. Or we could use rem if we'd rather it not scale. But in this case, we want that to stay within that inner circle. So we can kind of just scale it. And that way, when we take the whole parent component and we kind of just back down its width some, we'll notice everything scaling, and the text is also scaling where it needs to be inside of those rings. So that's an intro to how to use the layout wizard from Modin. I really hope this resource helps you. Creating layouts like this is one of the most time-consuming parts for me, and so I'm really excited to start using this more and see how it can speed up the process.